This sketchbook is the best memory I have of my Japan trip. In this video I show you how I made it and how you can do it as well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Luigi, also known on social media as illustrazionidilut, and I love drawing, painting and art supplies in particular. But there is one supply I love the most, and is paper and sketchbook. I'm a sketchbook artist mainly, and in this video I show you what I made in Japan in this little tiny handmade sketchbook, which is my best memory of my solo trip to Japan. There is nothing like visiting new places to sparkle your creativity. In the past couple of years, it became for me fundamental to have always with me a teeny tiny sketchbook, a lightweight one, in order to have it with me all the time in my backpack when I'm visiting the place. In this video, I want to show you how I made it so you can make it as well and start collecting visual diaries of the places you are visiting. So as I mentioned, this is a handmade sketchbook. It's made out of a Fabriano Artistico paper, which is my favorite watercolor paper. This type of sketchbook is called accordion sketchbook because it resembles an accordion, or Leporello sketchbook from the Italians. I link here the name of the person who made it for me. She does also beautiful watercolor palette, so have a look. So basically you can use it in both sides. This one is particularly small, is a little bit larger than an A6. So this is another sketchbook I brought with me. And here I was making watercolor, while here I was making just quick sketches. The fact that it's so tiny and lightweight helped me to bring it with me without being worried of the weight of itself, because I'm normally backpacking and weight is a crucial point. I was using this moment to relax a little bit, sit down and enjoy the moment, and in particular the place I was actually visiting, because when you are drawing it, you are observing it and you are not just looking at it. So I made stamps on top. I bought in Japan as well. This I love particularly the texture of the cover she made. I can always use it as a scrapbook or a collection of things, like this label that Air China left on my seat because I was sleeping and I skipped a meal. Silly me. I also collect the ticket from Beijing, where I did the layover, to Osaka. I arrived in Osaka the 17th of May this year, and I left the 5th of June. So it's all in all around 20 days. And the good thing of this sketchbook is 7 pages, if you can call this a page, on each side. That means 14 drawings. And this in a 20-day trip is a very affordable goal you can have. If you want to complete a sketchbook in a trip, you cannot take something like that. Consider this small, slim sketchbook of 20 to maximum 30 pages. And this would help you to push forward in order to finish it. But 14 pages are even too few maybe for a 20-day trips, and that's why I'm sketching also here. I will show you in the end of the video. The first one is of course Osaka Castle. It was full of people over there, and I made this quick sketch with watercolor. It took me around 1 hour. It was a bit difficult to find a spot to sit. I ended up finding a place which was a bit farther away from the castle. I was trying to take at least one watercolor of each place I was visiting. From Osaka, I was doing the classical day trip to Nara. Nice place because of the deers. They are scattered all around in the place. Found just by chance a very nice tea house where I was sitting, and there was this lady with all the classical kimono dressing, having a meal. It was really like living in an anime. This is in Kobe. Visited because of friends, famous because there was a very strong earthquake in the 90s. That's why they reconstructed completely, but they left a spot for memory where you can find basically the traffic lights that are tilted and bended, and all the ground that is completely destroyed. There is also a very nice sign which tells "Be Kobe." Being Kobe means for me to be resilient, try to face the problem of our life and come out stronger as before from them. Next is this in Kyoto. I have this meal in this cafe The lady was like Nana from the manga. I ate such good fish there and soup, and I made this sketch while she was setting up everything before closing in lunchtime. Of course, I could sketch of Fushimi Inari, which is the most famous temple, I would say, in Japan. Thousands of orange torii, so gates, basically. A couple of hours walking path to reach the top of the mountain. Nice stamps, I think I made while I was visiting the shop Traveler's Factory in Tokyo. All the art supply shop and art stores that I visit in Japan, you have 2 videos on this channel to watch. Next is Kinkakuji Temple in Kyoto, which is the Golden Temple. I was rushing there very late. It was like 5 minutes before 5 p.m., which is the closing time of the temple. They allowed me to enter, but I had to look at it in like 10 to 15 minutes. I was really running. I couldn't enjoy it, so I think I sketched this later on with a reference image. Stunning, and I don't regret having seen it anyway. It's like a golden block in the middle of the wood. Really beautiful to see. Arashiyama, it's very popular touristic place for the bamboo forest. It's like being surrounded completely by the nature, really merge into the nature. Felt very peaceful over there. I think I liked this way I approached the watercolor sketch. Soft and yet understandable of the place I was visiting. This end up the first part, but as I said, you can use a Leporello sketchbook also on the other side. So this is actually more or less the mid of my journey, because I was left in Kyoto to the last 10 days of the trip in Yokohama first and then Tokyo. So here, these are the 2 bentos. For who doesn't know, bento is a lunchbox that the students use in school, and there is specific ones for your trip on the train. And this is the Shinkansen train, so the fast one that I took from Kyoto to Yokohama, can reach up to 300 kilometers per hour, and it's extremely silent, and it's like an experience. It's like being on an airplane, basically. There is a specific spot going from Kyoto to Tokyo direction to be sitting on the left in order to see the Mount Fuji. Going on the opposite direction, you have to see it on the right of the train. I didn't manage to actually see the Mount Fuji. It was always very cloudy in this period of the year, but I saw the shape very near to me, and I decided to make a sketch of it as well. Fuji-san. It's the friendly name Japanese people use mentioning this mount, which is the most important in their culture. In Yokohama, I spent the night in a ryokan, which is a traditional Japanese place to sleep. It was empty at that time. In Yokohama city, a bit far away from the city center, I had my own kimono, and I had to make my futon bed on the ground to sleep. Yet the sleeping was very comfortable. I had tea and dinner over there and the breakfast. After the breakfast, my phone broken, so I have very mixed feeling about these memories over here, because I was alone, as I said, in Japan, and this was a very shocking situation, and I managed to solve it. I'm happy. I faced this was basically my biggest nightmare of a solo trip out in the other side of the world. Here, I was in Kamakura, which is a city not far from Tokyo or in Yokohama, southern, and along the coast. I have the famous Buddha statue that is the biggest in Japan, or maybe it's even the biggest bronze statue in the world, I'm not sure. Of course, when I was in Tokyo, I could not visit the Tokyo Tower, which is very famous, shown in most of the mangas and anime I was reading. I was there at sunset time, so I could see all this transition to a very light motif on the structure. And then I was in Togoshi Ginza, which was the place I was living in Tokyo. My favorite place, because it's a little bit in the suburb of Tokyo. Still, you can reach any place in the city in a half an hour subway maximum, and it's along a shopping street. You cannot find any tourists over there. And this is what I was liking the most. I was trying to put myself in the most real experience possible. Spending my last afternoon, it was a rainy afternoon. I went to the advertising museum. I made a couple of stamps, and these are just references taken from the advertisement I saw there. Well, this you see on the right is like a stamp collection you can make in order to visit the whole museum. You have a piece of stamp you can collect in each room of the museum, and in the end you get the final illustration printed on your card, which is very nice for kids or also for adults actually to enjoy all the rooms of the museum without skipping any of them. And this ends up my sketchbook tour here. I have some other sketches over here because I was bring it with me in Munich airport. I sketched while I was waiting for my flight, waiting for the flight to Beijing for the boarding. I was in Osaka having these very Instagrammable, huge, fluffy pancakes. I didn't like that much, honestly. They taste a lot of egg and they were a bit heavy also. On the Osaka metro, I made a few sketches of the people. I ate kaiseki in Kyoto, which is the traditional food with many different meals and soup. And this is in Yokohama metro. I sketched the people moving all the time, of course, and it was nice to use this pen, Tombow pen Fudenosuke, that gives immediately these Japanese style vibes. In Tokyo, in the place I was staying, as I said, was a onigiri place, very, very good one, handmade onigiri. It was a long queue there, so I managed to sketch the place. Beijing airport, you can find a couple of beautiful temples. So I sketched this, it was like 3 or 4 a.m. while I was waiting for my layover. This ends my sketchbook tour. If you enjoy them, you have a complete playlist of sketchbook to watch. And I thank you for watching, guys. See you next one.